One day, all this will be over. The war to end all wars will be won by one side or the other. The guns will rust, grass will grow, and there'll be nothing left of any of this. The land will heal itself, as everything does in the end. We'll be long gone by then, but maybe not forgotten. History only remembers 1 in 1,000 of us. Then the future will be filled with stories of who we were and what we did, how we lived, how we fought, and how we died. When this is all over and the war is won, they will remember us. But until that day comes, we will stand. We will look death in the eye, and we will fight.
Hi guys, Nitroxide here, and welcome to a new Battlefield video. This might be one of the last Battlefield 1 videos I make for a long time, and I'm not going to lie, I'm really going to miss this game. But it's not all doom and gloom. We've got Battlefield 5 coming out on November the 20th, and if the beta is anything to go off that game, it's really something to look forward to. Beta is only a snippet of a full game, and the beta was class, so I can't even begin to imagine what the full game is going to be like. I just want to get out there first. I just want to mention, I hope you appreciate that first minute of the video, courtesy of DICE themselves, to mark not only the end of Battlefield 1, but to mark the milestone of 100 years since the Great War ended back in 1918. And today there's no living veterans alive from the Great War. The last one died in 2012. Her name was Florence Green. She was 110 and served in the Women's RAF. Lest not forget. Moving on, back on Battlefield 1. When DICE first announced that Battlefield 1 was going to be set in World War 1, I just didn't know what to expect. I couldn't picture a World War 1 game in my head that has the same playstyle that Battlefield 3 and 4 had. And to be fair, 3 and 4 aren't the same game as number 1. Number 1 is unique. Whereas 3 and 4 were dominated by vehicles, and if you didn't have one, you were pretty much useless on most maps. Battlefield 1 focuses on infantry gameplay. Obviously using tanks and planes can give your team the advantage. The power of the infantry is overwhelming, and that's what wins you the game on Battlefield 1. Yeah, players are worried about how their kill-death ratio might be, so they'll just sit at the back of the map and camp with a sniper or tank. And what players fail to realise is, if you camp and spawn, it's not really going to help the team win, is it? You might get 1 or 2 kills, but the enemy's going to spawn back on the objective. Yeah. But if you spawned in the St. Chalmers assault tank you're watching now, you could use its pigeon carrier artillery and wipe out all the enemies within a 15-yard radius. You'll see here, I get 5 kills, I jump on the objective, use it, although I die because I'm getting absolutely slaughtered on the flag. I wipe out all the enemies in the objective, 5 people, and my team advances and pushes on, we catch it. It's overpowered. Instead, most games, you get noobs who camp at the back of the map with the artillery tanks. That had absolutely zero positive impact on the game. Therefore, we can't use these St. Chalmers tanks because they're in artillery tanks at the back. They just sit there and camp and try and get 1 or 2 kills every few minutes while their team's just getting absolutely flattened and slaughtered on the objective. And that brings me on to the 2 things I really didn't like about Battlefield 1. The campers and the lack of competitive feeling due to these noobs. I always want to win, like who doesn't want to win? But when your team are that bad that you're actually getting slaughtered, and it's happened on a few times over the past 2 years on this game, you learn just to forget about it and you learn to deal with it. As long as I finish top on the kills and score, I'm not fussed about winning nowadays on Battlefield 1. I'm really not. If we win, bonus. If we lose, I'm not fussed. That's it, really. But the reason we're getting slaughtered is campers. And I can't stand people who sit at the back of the map and spend all the time trying to get that 1 kill every 2 minutes from a distance. Apparently this gives them a sense of accomplishment. But the only thing they have accomplished is losing the respect from me and everyone else playing the game. From snipers to people using tanks and sitting in spawn. DICE should have sorted this out a long time ago. Yeah, I like to snipe, I like to snipe, and I like to camp at times. I like to camp at times, and I like to be a noob. But not when our team is losing. When your team's losing, you get on that objective and you help your team out. But moreover, I do really love Battlefield 1. Some people love it, and some hate it. But what we can all agree on is the astounding level of detail in the game itself. Yeah, it looks a bit cartoonish, as you can see now when you're in the plane, compared to Battlefield 1, but if you delve into the fine elements, like reloading the gun, to the weather changes, or even the changes in the environment when a bomb drops, the list can go on forever. Without this level of detail in the game, and it's fair to say that Battlefield 1 experience wouldn't have been anywhere near to what we've had over the past 2 years. We've been very lucky. You only really truly appreciate something when it's taken away from you when it's gone. And if you get the chance over the next month or two to sit back and embrace the game that is Battlefield 1, you'll realise how special it is and how lucky we've been. I just can't find the words to describe it, to be honest. I've loved every single minute of playing Battlefield 1. It's the one game I could sit on all day, every day, and just never get bored. Unless you've got campers and noobs. The introduction of the Operations game mode into the Battlefield franchise, it's just changed the way I view games. Rather than just having a simple conquest or domination or rush game mode, DICE have brought these game modes together to form the best game mode there is, Operations. I love it. I love the way you have one big map and it splits it down into sections, so you push the enemy back or you stop the enemy from pushing you, and instead of just playing on the same map, you're playing on like 4 or 5 mini maps that create one big map. I hope that makes sense to you as much as it does to me. I love it. And with this, DICE have brought a narrative in before and after the rounds that really brings the game to life, because rather than sitting and thinking, oh well, it's only a video game I'm playing, you begin to realise that these were actual battles, and actual people like our ancestors walked them steps and fought in these battles we're playing video games on now. And Battlefield 1 has had the best first person shooter campaign I've ever played. It lets us witness the different roles in World War 1, because we've got to be infantry, pilots, tank operators. We played as cavalry on one mission in the desert. We even got to witness and understand the story about Lawrence of Arabia, which we've probably all heard his name here and there and everywhere, but like me, I've never really known what he's done, what he was famous for. But coming on Battlefield 1, it sort of gives you a little history lesson at the same time. I love it, and I really hope Battlefield 5 can have a similar campaign structure by splitting the campaign down into 4 or 5 different stories to give us a glimpse of the whole war, rather than just a single story and a single part of it. At the end of the day, the Battlefield franchise is not just a computer game. It's an experience, a history lesson, and that's why we love it. Leave a comment down below and tell me how good you thought this game was and what you're looking forward to in the Battlefield franchise in the future. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll leave you with this. Nitroxide out.